Shalom, Yasharala, and good evening. I hope that you all are enjoying your evening. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Glory be all to the Most High God of Israel for all that He does in the greatness of His being and His supreme existence. We love you, Yahweh, and we thank you graciously. We thank the Most High for the afflictions that are occurring in our lives in abundance. And we also thank him for the manifestation of his word and his truth. Glory be all to the Most High in the only begotten Son's name, Yahawashi. Hallelujah. Barak Hashem. Hallelujah. Shalom, Yasharala. It is a beautiful evening where I am located and will soon be preparing for the new moon, which I am excited about. During preparation, of course, I am in this lovely, beautiful book. I am still in Second Corinthians, but I'm in chapter 10. I wanted to share these verses with you. In specific, it's verses 3, 5, and 6. We know that anytime in the scriptures there's parentheses, that means it's kind of added, right? Not kind of, I'm just being gentle. It's added. It's not necessarily there. So it was added in the transliteration of the Bible. So I want to read verses 3, 5, and 6. They read, "For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahawashi, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled." This is a beautiful thing. If you are familiar with this chapter, you know that Paul opens up speaking to the leaders of the church in Corinth. And he's expressing that there are beings that are saying that he is carnal, that he and those that are with him are carnal beings. So he lets it be known, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. He's letting you know, even though we are in this flesh, get it right, player. Even though we are in this flesh, we don't act in agreement with the flesh. Okay? He says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahawashi. So he's throwing down these thoughts that are not good for our faith. And every high thing, that word high thing, or those words high thing, is pride, or being proud, being haughty or lofty, throwing that down. Everything that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, it's getting cast down. It's being thrown down, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai. You have to understand that Paul is explaining to us explicitly, very, very eloquently, that is where sin begins. And we know this, but our brother Paul emphasizes that's where sin begins, in your mind. So for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. We are not in agreement with our flesh in our ways, because we cast down the very thoughts that begin to try and exalt themselves against the knowledge of Yahweh. And then we bring them into captivity. Every thought. You putting it into jail. You're putting it into jail. And he says, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. So when you become fully obedient, we will discipline those who aren't. Paul is an amazing brother. Paul was put into his place of apostleship by Yahweh Shai in the book of Acts. Get in your word, my people. Do not be so eager to follow behind someone else just because of the name or the rank that they have given themselves. You have to understand the importance in getting in your word and staying in your word on your own. You have to be like the Thessalonians that search these scriptures out. You have to study to show yourself approved. You understand? I hope that this was a beautiful thing for you all. I hope that we stay encouraged in our walk. And shout out to Brother Paul for these beautiful epistles that he wrote that make up the majority of the New Testament or New Covenant. Shalom.